Hey guys, welcome back to another anime review. Today we are reviewing a little romance anime, I guess you could say. Romance drama slash action called SAIKANO. Um, when I first watched this show back in the day, I didn't really care for it. And then one day, I was on eBay and I was like, oh, get this whole series for $5. Let me check it out. I did, and I rewatched it, and I have to say, my mind was changed on it. So, our story starts out with our high schooler named Seiji. He doesn't really know what to do with his life. He seems kind of stuck, and there's this war going on in the background. Japan is fighting somebody, another nation. They don't really say, if I remember correctly, they don't really say what nation they're fighting. Um, and we don't really see all this war happening at first. He meets this girl named Chise. She's in his class. He kind of thinks she's a little bit annoying and stuff. All Seiji really wants is a girlfriend, and he ends up forming a relationship with Chise, and he's like, he always complains about her, kind of like, she's slow, and she's like, she doesn't like walk fast because she has trouble like walking and breathing and stuff. She gets tired very easily. So their relationship starts forming. Eventually, Chise, she goes away for a while, and one day while Seiji is out with his friends, an air raid happens. There's an attack from the other country that Japan is fighting with, and this thing like shows up out of nowhere and like just takes all these planes out, like these fighter jets. And come to find out, it's his girlfriend, Chise. And he's like, what's going on? Like, I have no idea what's going on. Is this real? Like, because she has these metal wings coming out of her, and she has like all these guns and all this and that, and like, oh my god, like he doesn't know what to do. So he like kind of like a couple days go by, and he sees Chise again. Chise tells him she was if I remember correctly, she was like injured in an accident, and the government basically made her into a super weapon to fight the enemy. And occasionally she has to go off on missions to fight this enemy. And yeah, so that's pretty much the premise of our story, is them and their relationship, how it evolves, and how they are affected by this war, which is very interesting for a backdrop for a romantic anime, because you see the effect it has on Seiji, because Seiji is nowhere near close to this war. He is on the outskirts of it. He doesn't really know what's going on. And then you have Chise, who goes back and forth between both worlds of the fighting in the war and coming back to Seiji and trying to live a normal life. And then you do get glimpses later on towards the middle half of this series, where you see Chise's point of view when she's gone, when she's actually in war, and how it affects her, which is interesting. And then you also get the fact that Chise is slowly but surely becoming a weapon. Like, she's starting to lose parts of herself. And how do they deal with this? Which is very interesting. I don't want to spoil the whole story, but I can't recommend this anime enough. At first I didn't care for it, but then I checked it out again, and I gave it a shot. This is the Viz Media release of it. It's 13 episodes. It's also called She the Ultimate Weapon. It got relicensed by Sentai Filmworks. There is also a 2 episode OVA, which takes place, if I remember correctly, it takes place before the events of the TV show. You can also check this out. It's about what happened to her while she was getting transformed into the Ultimate Weapon. So yeah, check this out. The animation, whoops, I just dropped it. The animation's actually not bad. The voice acting's pretty good. So yeah, if you're looking for something different, something not your typical shonen or your typical romance stuff, check this show out. It's worth a watch. You might be able to find it on High Dive. I know you can find copies of it for fairly cheap on eBay. These are not hard to find whatsoever. There's also a manga, which is a little harder to find because it is out of print, but if you track it down, you can probably find all of it. But yeah, I can't recommend SAIKANO or also She the Ultimate Weapon. It was a really fun rewatch. I enjoyed it more the second time than I did the first time. So yeah, check it out if you're interested. I'll catch you later, guys. Keep watching that anime.